Really? Bitch, I'm in Thailand. Bitch, I'm in Thailand. Ain't nothing wrong, cause bitch, I'm in Thailand. Alright,
Ladies, booty bounce to this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're back with your favorite cute already. In with a very sweaty version of myself. I've tried to film this intro a few times, not been able to get the angle right, but we finally got the angle right. This better be all right. This better be okay. Anyways guys, as I said, this is just a pre-sesh to the 420 sesh that I will be doing tomorrow. I don't know why I had this idea to make this video, because I had another video that I'm editing, and I just decided last minute that I wanted to come down and hotbox this video with you guys, hotbox this car with you guys while I hotboxing this video, you know. And maybe you're hotboxing. If this lighter stops working right now, we're cancelling this video. We're cancelling this video right now. You understand me? Because if anything else goes wrong in this video, I'm gonna scrap everything. I'm not gonna do anything because I'm calm, cool and collected. So today I actually joined my two like this. I put them together, so I kind of made like a mini extendo. We're gonna call this a mini extendo bouquet sesh before 420. Cheers everyone. Grab your weeder calls if you haven't already. What are you doing? What are you doing? Please go and grab your weeder calls so we can have a little sesh together. Guys, the landlord to my building is outside. I'm just gonna smoke. But there was something I did want to talk about, because 420 is coming, might as well. Okay, cool, I'm alone again. Oh, I get nervous. So I know this may just come out of nowhere, but this has been on my mind for a couple days and I've wanted to make a video about it, so why not now while I'm hotboxing this car? Why not? Why I might as well just express myself as I'm getting litty with you guys. So the kind of the topic of my video today is going to be about shame. 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 And I know that sounds so dramatic. What? I didn't mean it to sound dramatic. Basically, like, the question I was posed, or the question I've posed myself is, do I feel shame for smoking cannabis? And I think quite a few of us stoners have asked ourselves this maybe a few times, depending on our upbringings, depending on how we began smoking, on our families, friends, blah blah blah. Quite a few of us, if you've grown up in an illegal state or illegal country for cannabis and you smoke cannabis, you consume, I'm very sure you have felt this feeling of shame, and I want to say that I understand and I feel you, because I still feel like even at 29 I'm still getting over this whole like, hide it, don't show people, don't talk about it, blah blah blah. And I have to really like bring this back to, oh, I just ashed in the car, yeah, and I just dropped my paper in water. Can this video just get any worse? As I was saying, shame, okay? I'm going to talk about my personal experience with this kind of topic, and obviously in the comments we can have conversations about this topic together, okay? So if you have any questions or if you have any thought processes while you're listening to this video, please write a comment and we can like chit chat down there. I'm Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian girl. Both my parents are Nigerian. I grew up in London, and one of the biggest things that, if you know Africans and stuff like that, but you cannot be out here smoking, okay? You cannot be out here smoking. You can be out here drinking. Drinking is definitely not looked at in the same light as alcohol is not looked at as badly as cannabis is looked at in the African culture, in my opinion. Okay, there's many cultures that are well known for being really big drinkers. There's some cultures that are gonna see alcohol in every function. So I've always grown up around alcohol and thought it was a very normal social thing to do. Now, as I started experimenting with cannabis in my late teens / early 20s, when I guess I can say I became a stoner. Like I became like someone who can smoke every day and it doesn't feel like it's affecting my life negatively. As I transitioned and I stopped drinking after university, it's not like I stopped drinking, I just didn't drink as much because I wasn't in the settings where I was going to drink a lot of alcohol. I'm a bit of a homebody, so I like to stay at home, watch my cartoons, or if I'm with friends, we usually stay in one place. I ended up meeting other people who smoke cannabis, so we hung out together, smoked and chilled. Like that was our process. Okay, it wasn't anything hectic, we didn't cause no mayhem, no chaos, no nothing. Honestly, like when I was with my friends in London, smoking around London, smoking, you know, in parks, smoking in friends' apartment or balcony, you know, wherever we're smoking, one thing that I really didn't feel actually was shame, because I was around comrades. I felt like I was around my colleagues. You know what I mean? I'm with people who don't prefer to drink. We're people who prefer to be a little stony, a little like giggly, do you know what I'm saying? And I really liked it because I also was smoking alone. So I smoked alone and I also smoked with my friends. And this is where I kind of like transitioned, because as I said, when I was smoking alone, I had quite a bit of shame that I had to hide it. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously if I'm hiding something, I'm lying about something, obviously means I'm quite ashamed of it. Because if I wasn't ashamed of it, I would do it loud and proud. It's just that simple. So I was lying to my parents at the time, went through quite a lot of a lot of issues with my mom, with my dad. Honestly, if I could go back in time now, with how much I know about cannabis and how much I know what it does for me personally, I wish I could go back and be loud and proud. I wish I could go back and be loud and proud about it, because I would be really, really, truly honest about my feelings when it comes to cannabis. I really, truly believe it's the medicine, and I'm not gonna really change my views on that. Even the UN agree with me, okay? Like, we all know the benefits, at least to some degree, of what cannabis can do. And if you do not know the benefits of what cannabis can do, I doubt you're gonna watch this video. But if you are watching this video and you don't know the benefits of cannabis, you can Google it. It's information that you can get really, really easily. And on top of that, there's been so much research done when it comes to cannabis that I've learned over the past 10 years that has just changed my whole aspect of life when it comes to my consumption of cannabis. And this is what I didn't have in my early stages of smoking cannabis, when I felt shame. When I was smoking, when I was younger, I was definitely hiding out. I was definitely running away from the house to make sure I can smoke somewhere else in another area. Just because you smoke cannabis, you're a great person. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but social interactions with people who do smoke weed are quite pleasant. Now, my social interactions with people who consume a lot of alcohol, I'm not gonna say it's always the best, okay? I don't want to slam people for drinking alcohol, because I don't expect to be judged for smoking cannabis. So I'm not really trying to point the finger and be like, you're a bad person, but I'm just trying to compare the two sides of the coin. And explain is when I realized that I was on the other side of the coin, when I wasn't, like, I'm not someone who prefers alcohol, so my social circle just started kind of growing as people who prefer cannabis, and I just felt like that was okay. I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with that. And as I said, it was a very supportive group of people, like people that I've smoked in London with. I love you guys so much. It really taught me that I don't need to, first of all, hide this of my social life. First of all, I don't need to hide this side of me, because I do smoke cannabis on a daily basis, and it's very much part of my routines, because, you know, it's something that I like talking about. It's something that I find interesting. Like, a lot of my fun facts right now about life are probably cannabis based, because I just love reading into it, finding more out about it, because it's such an interesting plant. It's such an interesting plant. Anyways, let's move on to like a subcategory of what I'm trying to talk about today, which is like the whole thing about shame, and how I've been able to, personally, how I feel like I've been able to alleviate this pain, this shame, not this pain. Not this pain, girl, so dramatic. So let's talk about my early 20s, okay, everyone? Let's talk about my early 20s, and let's talk about how I started feeling less shame about smoking cannabis, okay? So the first thing I guess that changed my views on cannabis was traveling, okay? I decided to pack my bags and to get out of London to when I have to swap to front camera, but here we are, everyone. We're gonna just stick to the front camera. I started traveling for cannabis with cannabis in my mind, okay, in the sense of I was traveling to legal countries that are legal-ish countries, for example Amsterdam, Barcelona, where else did I go? I went to Mallorca, because seeing old lasses, seeing old heads like walking into coffee shops and rolling up big rolls and smoking bongs, I swear, as a young girl just, you know, starting her cannabis interests, I was gagged and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh my god, that's pretty much, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like, it was normal. It wasn't this thing where people are only smoking in alleyways, people are only smoking in the back of a car park. People invigorated my love for it, because I was like, you know what, if they can do it, just 1 hour flight from London, it opened my eyes, because I realized, oh my god, I've been conditioned to believe that smoking cannabis is shameful. I'm not saying that obviously culturally people are obviously gonna look down on cannabis always, of the society. They're not looking down on me because I smoke cannabis, bro. That was the biggest game changer for me, that people around me are not looking down at me in general. You know, there's not this feeling in the air, this the feds are gonna get you, someone's gonna snitch, someone's gonna get your dealer one day, your dealer's gonna go to jail, everyone's just gonna go to jail. This fear. Okay, my battery's dying, so I need to make this quick. After the traveling and feeling way more comfortable, I found my community online, okay? From early ages of social media, I'm gonna say 2014 for me, 2013, and even going back as 2011, was definitely a weedy eye-opener for me, because at the time I was not smoking cannabis. I would just see girls smoking cannabis and just thought, oh my god, so pretty, so cool. So when I moved out for the first time, so this is where my point 2 comes from, I moved out of my mum's house. That's a major key. Like, obviously, if your parents do not like cannabis or don't like you smoking cannabis, and there's no agreement, no like, oh, we're gonna let you smoke cannabis here, or that you can smoke in your room but not in the low, you know what I mean? Like, if there's no agreements, then you're being heckled every day, judged every day. Listen, I hear you, I've been there, I feel you, but I'm not gonna lie, in this life, guys, we need to make peace, okay? Our parents don't hate us, they just don't like the actions that we're doing. So at the end of the day, rather than breaking down our relationships with our parents over cannabis, maybe we need to, you know, separate. So in terms of separating or separation, I guess, I moved out, and it was a bit of like, my first time that I moved out wasn't the best move out. I can put my hands up and say that. But I did it because I felt like I was really pissing off my parents, and I just was like, you know what, I want to smoke my cannabis. I want to have it in a jar on my bedroom stand. I want to have a tray. I want to have a bong. Like, I was sick of it. And yeah, if you want to look at me and say, oh my god, so you just moved out of your mom's house so you can smoke weed. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess you can say I'm crazy, but in terms of my peace of mind, I was at peace of mind, guys. So I'm gonna take it as I live, I'm gonna take it as I get it, you know? At that point in my life anyways, I didn't have anything else. Like, I was working, I was smoking, and I was hanging with my friends, okay? I had fun. Anyways, that was now another change. I moved out of my mom's house. I no longer felt that kind of watchful big brother eye on me anymore, and yeah, that was another like turning point for the I don't feel no shame anymore, I don't feel no shame anymore. Friends were able to have a place that they could smoke, chill, and I really enjoyed it, because I was like, I've always gone to other people's houses and other people's areas to smoke and stuff, so I've always wanted like a safe space for my friends to come and smoke. So I feel like I lost all shame, okay? I lost all shame, and I'm happy I did. I started a Instagram under the name of Weed Sunsets, and then I got deleted, made another one called Jimi Sunsets, and yeah, now I have another one called Jimi like Henny. Once I'd moved out of my parents' house, I decided to start my first Instagram. So my first Instagram was basically a weed page, kind of, basically, like, it was definitely a weed corn page. It was a page where like I used it to photo dump all the pictures of cannabis that I take. I had a really good dealer at the time, took really cool pictures of cannabis all the time, and I remember my early days I used to like draw doodles and put like the cannabis nugs in the doodles, which is really cool. Instagram was a really amazing start for me in terms of the cannabis community, because this was my first time ever like interacting with the girls of cannabis, guys. Oh my god. And I swear I pledged an allegiance once I started that Instagram. I pledged an allegiance to the cannabis community, and I've never left. I feel like all the people who knew me and like without my social media, they would have been probably a bit surprised by my content. But like for me, it was like, oh my god, this is like Tumblr. Like I don't need to follow nobody I don't know. My close friends who smoke followed me, which was absolutely fine, but like school friends and all of that stuff, they had nothing to do with it. So it was like a clean slate for me. Highly recommend that, by the way. It's like starting a parody page, or what do they call them? There's a name for these pages. I don't know the name, I've forgotten. Regardless, start one of these pages that's like incognito if you really want to, like, you know, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt really nice that all the content I see is about cannabis. All the content I give to the social media is about cannabis, and I didn't want about nothing else until Tyler therapy. I'll put her Instagram there, and once she DM'd me and she was just like, hey girl, like you're really, you know, you're gorgeous, you're stunning, please just start showing your face. And I was like, no, I cannot do that, sorry, have to go incognito. And she was like, what's the problem? It's not like your followers are in the UK anyway, like most of your followers are in the US, so you know, we already know what you look like, you might as well. And I was like, you're right girl, you're right. Regardless of that, that was when I started putting my face on Instagram, and honestly that was around 5 years ago. And now I can definitely say starting that weed sunsets is one of the reasons why I'm in Thailand. One of the reasons I live in paradise. So yeah, I'll probably do a future video and speak more in depth about my relationship with cannabis. This isn't really that kind of video, so I'm not gonna go too deep into that. I'm just gonna skim the surface and say that I use it as medicine, and I'm not gonna ever see it any different. It's a plant just like lettuce, just like broccoli, grows from the ground, you can grow it yourself, it's all natural. Anyways guys, the sun has gone down, I think we're gonna wrap this video up. My phone is dying. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. And if there are any topics, if this video has been enlightening, if this video has helped you, or if it even just sounds like you relate, I appreciate that. I really do, because I feel like stoners need more videos like this on the internet. You know, it's not every day that we need to be like, oh my god, I just smoked 80 grams in one blunt. Sometimes we kind of need to talk about some deeper shit, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, next video I'm going to be smoking 80 grams in a joint, so make sure you guys tune into the next video. It's 4:20 tomorrow, and it's also Easter. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you like this video, and if you like this video, make sure you share it with people who you feel like will like it too. See you later, bye. Just looking chapped the whole time.